guys, welcome back to our channel. I hope you're all well.
We know it's been a few weeks since we posted, but we promise it's worth it. In this video we're going to do a new DIY challenge, something that we've never done before, but something that we really needed to get done, and that is flooring an area in our attic, mainly for storage. So yeah, it's something we've never done before, but we're looking forward to getting stuck into it, so let's get on with it.
So we're here at JP Corey again. We might as well live here because we're always here. And we're just grabbing some wood to do the attic. Here's James. Well done, babe. Any more? Go.
That's it, all done now.
So guys, we've just come back from JP Corey and we've got a couple of bits here. James will tell you what they are.
So the space that we need to cover upstairs is going to be about 8'8" by 8 foot wide. So basically how we're going to do it is our roof trusses currently go like that horizontally. So then what we're going to do then is run these in the alternate direction on top. So these are 2" by 8" pieces of timber. I had to cut them into 4'4" long lengths to fit them in the car. And then the other thing we bought was obviously floorboards. They come in 4 feet by 1 feet and they're basically a tongue and groove design. So just basically means that one side has a lip and the other side has a groove, and the lip fits into the groove and clicks together basically. First and most annoying job is getting rid of the top layer of insulation, and then once we have these fixed in place we can put our insulation back down and then put our boards on top. Let's get started.
So guys, this is our attic space. And that's the other side of it, and basically where we're going to build is over this side here. All this part here, we're gonna floor it. Yeah, and this stuff is very itchy as well and not very safe, so you have to be very careful with this stuff. James is going to be wearing a mask. Here he is putting on his gear.
Yeah, it's very important. Like, I've been up in the attic before and I learned from a mistake. It's not going to kill you, but it does give you a rather annoying rash all over your exposed skin because it's made up of small shards of fiberglass. Well, part of it is anyway. So yeah, the idea here is we don't want to squash down our insulation because that obviously defeats the purpose of having it. It has to be fluffed up in order to work correctly. It'll decrease the efficiency massively if you squash it down. So
if anyone is interested or curious, we bought this ladder off Amazon and it's a quick fix solution if you don't want to do an official attic kind of step down ladder, which costs quite a bit. This was about 60 quid, so it folds in and out.
The next job now is basically I'm gonna have to lift all of this insulation here. I'm just currently standing on a few old pieces of timber that I had from downstairs. I'm gonna have to lift all of this insulation here now, right the way back to that corner.
As some of you that live in the UK might know, the regulation standard for insulation is 2 layers. Any more than this or any less than this will not insulate a home properly. Here we are, that's the first layer removed. So as you guys can see, our trusses are going horizontally, but then we want to put these vertically. Here James is just putting in place the first plank of wood, which is timber, and this is basically to create a kind of a platform, if that makes sense. And on top of these planks of wood we're going to have the OSB floor boards. To put these in place so that they stand upright, James is using these L-shaped brackets in order to screw in and to secure from the bottom and from the sides. He is also, at the same time, you'll be able to see here that he is placing screws at an angle. He's placing these screws through every position where the plank of wood is coming into contact with the truss. This is to provide extra security and stability. You might also notice that the 2 planks of wood are overlapping. There's no specific reason why, it's not a functional reason, it's just that it was easier to put them this way than to have to cut them to length. I then started to pass James some more of these wooden planks to put into place. So we're fitting 5 rows of wooden planks, and then on top of that we have the plywood that goes on top of it. So here James is doing the second row. Here's our first row here. These are spare planks, and then James is just doing the second one there, and then he's going to run another 3 along here. Yeah, it's very tiring and it's really difficult when you don't have a floor to work with, because literally, like, if you step in between these trusses, it's just our ceiling from downstairs, so we have to be very, very careful. That's why James is sitting on a plank of wood there.
Yeah, so I've got 4 out of the 5 beams down for the floor. So I've just got one more row to do here, and then we can start laying the insulation back down. Okay guys, so it's the next day, so a little bit of insulation to put back down today, and then I also realised after doing a bit of research that the way I have laid out the joists won't allow for airflow to pass through underneath the floorboards. Now, some people say you don't need to do this, but most people would argue that you do need to leave room for airflow so that mold and all doesn't start on the underside of your floorboards in your attic. So I'm going to try and add in some little more pieces of 3x2 on top of the new joists that I've just laid, and I'm going to space those out 10 centimeters, so that should allow cross flow of air. Let me know if any of you have ever done anything like this and if even what I'm doing is necessary or not. I've got some old offcuts here and I've just marked them out where I need to cut them. Yeah, I need to get all these pieces chopped up, and then I'm basically just going to add them on top. So guys, I've just got the first set of stilts, or whatever you want to call them, little spacers, put in on top of my extra joists that I added in yesterday. So yeah, this is what I've done. I've just made little spacers on top of the extra joists that I put down to allow airflow through. So basically every 20 centimeters I'm leaving a 10 centimeter gap. So guys, that's the first board down. Just measured it from the wall to make sure that it's all level and straight, and then I'm gonna continue on with the second row side by side. It'll be good when it's done. We really needed the extra storage space, and it was something I've been meaning to do for a long time. So I've got about 18 boards to do, and I've just got the first one down. Bear in mind I still have to do the rest of the sort of raised up spacers as well. I have to put them all in place. So far in total, I would say this job has taken maybe about 8 hours, but I would say if you had somebody else to help with the screwing down and the cutting and laying out, you could probably do it in half that time.
Here James is fitting the OSB floorboards, and they do take a little bit of determination and patience to get the tongue and groove properly connected. And if anybody is curious, these are the screws that James is using at the moment. I believe they are 5 by 80 millimeter. These right here are the pieces of wood that James cut to size, which he told you about earlier. Basically, he's putting these on top of the planks that we already had inserted previously. And this is to just bring up the floorboards a little bit higher so that we can have that airspace, which prevents the condensation from happening and then further prevents any mold from occurring in the future. And of course, it wouldn't be a day without Mumu wanting to get involved as well. While he was down at the bottom of the ladder, he kept on meowing because Mumu loves to spend time with us and he hates it when we're in a different room. He decided to come up and explore, and I have no worries about him coming up because they are explorers and jumpers and climbers, and they're very good at it. Here he was really considering coming all the way up, and he was considering, should I go, should I not, should I go? I think I'll go. No. Should I go? No. And then after that he decided to go down, and we didn't see him again after that. But he does normally really love the attic, and he gets very curious about little spaces like that. So guys, check us out. We've got the first half done. That's exciting. So that's one half of the floor done, and then the other half, James is going to do that now. Right guys, so here we are. We're all done. Woohoo! Thanks to James. It's a good job. Well done, babe.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was quite difficult in terms of planning it out. As I said, I hadn't really thought of the airflow across the way. I had thought of leaving the gap for air to flow from back to front, but obviously not thinking that it comes from the eaves and passes through from left to right. So, and they're quite solid and stable. Both of us are up here now. There's not really any movement in it or springiness in it, so I'm happy with that. Here's hoping it doesn't crack the ceiling down below, but we'll give you a quick panorama of what it looks like now.
And then we'll set some of our boxes of our decorations and things like that, just to organize so that they're not all over the place, all over the insulation here. So guys, here's the before. This is our floor before we worked at it, and now here it is after we worked on it, and it looks brilliant, I think, and that's so much space for us to store things. We're super happy with it, and we're absolutely delighted that we've got it done because it had been on our mind for such a long time. And we did say that we would share the cost of this, so the cost of the materials was 166, I believe, for the floorboards and for the wooden pieces that go underneath. And bear in mind now that there were a lot of things that we didn't need to buy, the tools that James already had, so it might cost a little bit more should you need tools and anything else like that. As always guys, thank you so much for tuning in and thank you for being here. If you have enjoyed this video, please give us a like and do comment, because as we mentioned before, we do love to chat with you guys and we do love to get to know you. As always, see you guys next time.